We are in search of Mr. Stuart Wilde because we wanted to get an update on the great renewal that he had so many visions of when he was still posting on his website. The last post that Mr. Wilde, well, it wasn't him, it was somebody else, posted was the death of Stuart Wilde. But we really wonder if that's accurate. We really wonder if Mr. Wilde did die of a heart attack at age 66 in Ireland, or whether he faked his death so that some other people who never really followed what Mr. Wilde had to say could take over his organization and besmirch his legacy by telling people that he was dead when he was really not dead at all. Now, what purpose could it serve for Mr. Wilde to fake his death? He was a noted speaker. He was a best-selling author in the New Age category. And he was just starting to become known among the, maybe pre-YouTube kind of private websites. But, certainly if he was going to show us that he was alive, we would probably see a new Stuart Wilde channel on YouTube. And anyways, it's all speculation, but why do we speculate on this? It's simply because we don't have a body. And without a body, then how are you going to really say someone is dead? I don't know where you're going with this. We're going someplace with this, and we're going with this idea that a body is never, ever going to be reconstituted. Someone remembers in the Return of the Jedi movie that Obi-Wan Kenobi returned in a body, but it wasn't a solid body. It was more like a wispy thing. So is that what we're expecting with Stuart Wilde, that he's going to reappear with a physical body like this one? We're told yes. We are told yes. And we'll recognize Stuart Wilde. Now, is this cockamamie thing like some kind of a Tupac Shakur thing where they project a hologram of an old recording up on the stage? No, this is going to be the genuine article, Back from the Dead, Stuart Wilde. And Mr. Wilde, will he look like he's 66? No, he is probably going to look quite a bit like 66, just so that you'll recognize him from what he looked like towards the end. But then maybe he'll shapeshift into, I don't know, someone says a dinosaur or a plant. No, we don't know what he has in store, but we just have it on good, take it to the bank kind of assets that Mr. Wilde is going to reappear in whose reality, Bob's? No, not in Bob's reality, but to the general population. He is going to explain where he has been and why it was faked, his obituary. There's so many other options, like in a many world version of quantum physics, there's one world where Mr. Wilde didn't kick the bucket. No, we're going to go with this world where it was announced that he did suffer from rigor mortis. And in this world, when is this all going to happen? Well, my science of mind friends always say divine right timing, which is always their excuse for why it didn't work. The spiritual mind treatment or whatever. And the answer is always because the science of mind people's biggest flaw is confusing carnal mind with why did they confuse carnal mind with because they were taught using English textbooks and English speaking teachers. So what they did is they built concepts in their conceptual mind about, everything that they learned in science of mind. But the carnal mind, Joel S. Goldsmith said, is what possesses human beings. The carnal mind possesses human beings. From when to when, from lifetime to lifetime. The carnal mind. And Mr. Goldsmith, when he's doing spiritual healing, he had certain words that helped him understand that it was anyway, the carnal mind is just, it doesn't exist. It's like someone who's hypnotized to believe that they're an elephant and they're walking around the room going, blah, blah. It's like, it's acting. But in this case, the hypnotism, the person at the time when they're acting like an elephant, if you ask them, what are you? They're going to say elephant and they're going to believe it. Are they going to see themselves as an elephant? I don't know. But the carnal mind is simply a substitute for so I'm giving you silence. And it's not the word silence or the concept or the memory of silence. It's the immediacy of what do I do when we go to science? Well, inside, the awareness inside, it doesn't know what's going on. It's kind of like given to look around to see what happens. And then we go down the source hole to see what source has got for us next. And that it sort of is that way all the time. So how is source mind different than carnal mind? At various numbers on the scale of human consciousness, is there a place on the scale of human consciousness where the carnal mind disappears? The answer, we think yes, we think so. Yes, we're going to give it to Brandt. Brandt said something about the answer, and now it's gone. But he said it in the background. I heard him, and he got what we sounds like. It's like if a yogi goes into very deep meditation, and they're a long-time meditator, and they understand all of these old Sanskrit words, samadhi is a deep meditation. And then there's various kinds of samadhi, and we think in one or more of these various kinds of samadhi that the carnal mind disappears. And then someone, again, Brandt says, reflects reality. I don't know. I don't know.